And yeah, we're recording. Hi.
All right.
Oh, actually, I know your artist name is MYR, or
Yeah.
is it pronounced that way?
Yeah. MYR, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. But I haven't asked you for your real name.
It's Edwin.
Edwin. Nice to meet you, Edwin.
Yeah, nice to meet you. And you?
I'm Anton.
Yeah, Anton. Müller, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know from the one track that I sent you for the label release. Have all the data.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice. It's really cool having you here.
Same.
We already tried to plan for this episode like 2 months already, but then I forgot that you probably as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, then do you want to give a quick introduction about you as an artist, and maybe also as the label that you are representing?
Yeah.
The logo that we can see in the background.
Yeah. Actually, that's the new logo I made recently.
Looks cool.
Yeah,
you have to move a bit so I can see it as well. Yeah, it really looks cool. It's got something like a surfer brand.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was going for. Yeah. Definitely like the surfer vibe and the chill, waves. Yeah, that's for sure. That was my inspiration. But now, short about me. I'm Edwin. I'm French. Maybe you can hear it sometimes.
A little bit.
Yeah. And no, I'm actually local now here in Sweden, Stockholm, because I've been here for like around 11 years, actually, quite a long time. And back in the days, I met a Swedish girl. So that's usually the story, why people, French or other from Southern Europe or stuff, come here in the north. It's usually that's the reason. Yeah. So yeah, I'm one of them. But truth is, actually, I have some Swedish origin myself. So
interesting.
So, my father is Swedish, so that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to move here.
He also lives in Stockholm?
No. He lives back in France, where I grew up. It's called Strasbourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Really nice city, actually.
I think you have Strasbourg, the place with the good techno comes from.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not that techno fan, to be honest. And you?
I used to be a techno DJ.
Oh, right.
And producer as well. But kind of now on the chill side of life.
Yeah. You completely.
Yeah. What
switch
was necessary? Getting older.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, so that's short about me. And I was a lot into like bedroom pop, like surf music. Like I think about the band like I don't know if you know, like the Growlers. It's big inspiration.
No, never heard of them.
Yeah, it's like a Californian surf again, chill music. With like lots of reverb, on the guitars and shit.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, same.
Lots of reverb on the guitar is usually the vibe. Also with like a trippy psychedelic delay.
Exactly, and it was always like happy, kind of like, happy vibes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I was into that a lot, and I actually produced some music like that myself. And I actually pulled up a band here in Stockholm for a bit. It was really fun. We like rehearsed and stuff. We were called Widen. So that's why it's Widen Island, right? It's because the band name was Widen, yeah. Because actually my name is Edwin.
Yeah.
So Widen is just, like an acronym. Like it's like the same.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And And then I got interested in lo-fi, and I discovered lo-fi music. Actually, with I can say it. You probably know him, the Deli. You know him?
The Deli. Well, there's something in the back of my head.
Yeah, he's a legend, man. You have to know him. He's
I probably know.
You probably
his
know the
music.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
basically, he has a song called 5:32 p.m., I think. 5:32. It's like the Grahal of lo-fi, basically. It's what I like. If there would be a god, I would be like, this is the one, like this.
Well, I have to listen to it again, honestly.
Yeah.
Is it from that good old lo-fi era, like 7-8 years ago?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely the one who started the. I mean, yeah, he's like an OG producer. Yeah, and he's using the SP. Of course.
Okay. Yeah, the classic.
The classic. Yeah.
I don't know. My inspiration is also like really way back to like 7 years, maybe 8. Time flies by, but the first contact with lo-fi, I had this one hour long video on YouTube where you see like Homer Simpson super stoned in the car driving.
Yeah.
The short animation, and this mix is still online, and I'm listening to it from time to time. It's kind of a whole different vibe of lo-fi beats that it is now.
Oh yeah. I see totally the video you're talking about. Yeah. It's like, do they call it like aesthetic or something?
Yeah, exactly. Aesthetic lo-fi beats.
Yeah,
really love specifically this style.
Yeah.
So
it's really cool.
Simple and so basic.
Yeah,
vibes.
Definitely. No, but so these guys, they got me into the game because I didn't really know this style, And then, so it's definitely the Delhi with this track 5:32, because the track actually is maybe like 2 minutes long, but it's one of the only track you can like listen on repeat. I promise you can listen to it like 400 times. You won't get tired of it because it's has all these details in it, and the sound is so like. To me, it's the holy grail of lo-fi. And then I discovered another guy that's also another holy grail to me. Is Balcony Vibes is the name of the track. Balcony Vibes. I think the guy is Katashi Kaito. You heard him?
Not sure about that. Okay,
so these are my two like huge inspiration. Like if I lost myself, I don't know where I'm going, I'm gonna listen to these guys, and this is where I want to go. It's
I have to give them a listen as well. It sounds fantastic from how you describe that.
I promise you, it is. It's actually the two songs that brought me in the lo-fi. Then I was like, oh, I want to do that style because this Balcony Vibe. The song from Katashi Kaito is really cool because it has these guitars melodies are so smooth, like it's so catchy. It's like it's like perfectly made as well in the mix and the guitars and the melody.
Balanced.
It's so well balanced. It's probably his best song ever. I'm not sure how he can do better than this one. In my opinion, it's too good, it's too good, really. I recommend it.
I have to check it out. But wait, is that the name tells me something? Is he not the guy behind the Japan lo-fi label?
He could be.
I think
maybe
there is this Japan lo-fi label. I think it's also called like that, and because I heard the name, pretty sure.
Yeah, he's quite big as well. He's OG Katashi Kaito. Yeah. So I'm gonna praise others. I'm not gonna praise.
It's this guy.
I'm not gonna praise myself. Now I'm gonna praise others. That's usually how I roll. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also usually you cannot be your own inspiration when it comes to art. There's always someone who inspires you. Otherwise, you probably have some ego issues.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fair. Okay, you we talked about before the recording about your first song that you produced that got you into lo-fi. So I think
Exactly.
that's now a perfect time to quickly play your first ever production called Magic Flow.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, the break was crazy. Like, starts with the super funky drums, and then out of nowhere, silence. Then the reverbed guitar. Awesome, man. And this was your very first song that you produced in this style, right? You used to produce or make music before.
Yeah. Definitely. I was producing before, like weird, like kind of strange music that didn't really have a label, but that was my first lo-fi.
What do you mean by like strange and weird? Like something completely unique that is not fitting into a style category?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yes, I was like interested. Actually, what's the most interesting with the music like that I want to create is like I just want people to like, just like chill, from life, like get an escape. So the goal is that, they're just having a brain massage, basically. I just want,
That's a super nice way to tell it, a brain massage.
Yeah. That's all I want to do, yes, because I'm thinking, okay, if it's relaxing my brain, maybe it can relax some others people's brain, like that, in that same way. So usually when I was making all this weird music before, it was it didn't really have a style, but it had a lot of maybe some songs were like 10 minutes or 12 minutes long, with like lots of different parts and stuff. But the goal it was to make people relax. Always been the goal.
Yeah, the thing is, I remember like I always had a thing for chill music. And back in the days, it was totally normal to have like 7 to 15 minutes tracks that are kind of just, sounds, kind of ambient, droney, or also one of the, or let's say two genres that I really enjoyed in chill music was psy-dub. It's like from psytrance, but the dub chill version. It's like it's super spacey. It really brings you out of the moment, and your brain feels like it's all over the place. It's like everywhere. It's super psychedelic, and I rediscovered it actually this week because we have great weather this week and the sun is finally out after like super gray winter. And chill step. Have you ever heard of chill step?
No, actually, I don't think I've heard. No, how does it sound?
It's very relaxing with like super reverbed pianos, and I would describe it as you have the chords playing the melody. Like a bit similar to house music where you have like short chords. on the piano, and they do the melody instead of having, let's say, what's super present in the lo-fi genre is like having this long chords and the top melody.
Mm-hmm.
But the others really like short chords with the that play the melody actually, with a ton of reverb, effects, like super wide pads. And the drums are like chill versions of either dubstep or drum and bass, but super chill.
Interesting. Yeah, I should check it out.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's already a dead genre again. I mean, it had its hype like 2014, 15. And then it was like super present for like a year or two. And yeah, there are still mixes or producers doing that, but just when you search for YouTube, you can see like the views on the mixes. When you go to 10 years back, it's like 15 million, so now it's like 15,000. It's it's kind of dying, but I love it. I want to do a track in this style as well.
By the way, do you think lo-fi will die? Actually, that's a good question. The same
lo-fi is saturating, in my opinion, right now, because it's like with nearly every single music genre that ever existed. Let's say, let's start with like classic rock. We had like classic rock, then we had like metal, then you had like surf rock and this rock and that rock, hard rock and the psychedelic rock, stoner rock, and it's saturated in many different genres, right? And one of the saturated genres was metal, for example, and this saturated then in death metal, black metal, all kind of metals, stoner metal, and all that stuff. And
okay, so you mean like
lo-fi saturating.
Okay, so you mean that lo-fi is like evolving in so many different lo-fi, so eventually it will like vanish or something like that?
Exactly, because we always had chill music. Since more than 100 years, we had chill music in different forms. And lo-fi is more the aesthetic, with the scratch noises from the vinyl, with the tape sounds, with the ambient sounds of birds or rain or waves and stuff. And I think it's kind of philosophically speaking, that new music is super clean and it's produced like so well with the new options that we have that you have nearly no mistakes, no noise that kind of disrupts the effective song. But also, I don't know how it's for you, but for me it's very overwhelming listening to the very new pop music, let's say, because I really like pop music, but I can listen to it for like 20 minutes. And after that, it kind of starts to feel weird because everything sounds so perfect. There are no room for mistakes. And lo-fi gives you this wow and the flatter, this super often used effect that the piano is not a clean piano tone, but it makes And it's more that lo-fi is kind of the style of making it sound like it's retro. And you can really apply that to a lot. I guess there's also like a scene for like lo-fi indie rock.
I started to see that.
It really gets like points in every other already existing music style. What do you think about that? That's an interesting question, actually.
Yeah, no, like for me, I see more like I'd say the big picture of the lo-fi spectrum is like, and it's always been, there's this like OG lo-fi hip hop that is more like inspired by the boom bap, movement, and like the old hip hop, and like with these big drums, like boom, like
like Trey Dilla.
Exactly, yeah, definitely J Dilla, New Jabs, and all that. But and then there is this sleepy lo-fi to me that is there, and that to me is completely two different worlds, but it's still named the same, like lo-fi kind of. And to me, these are the two big ones. But then there is some other type of lo-fi, like a little bit more jazzy, like that kind of mix things, but they are also their own kind of lo-fi, because they're like you say, they're a bit more polished and like modern. Everything is clean and sounds so perfect, But no, it's interesting. But strangely, it feels that this maybe the sleepy lo-fi is somehow the most listened or something. I feel, but maybe I'm wrong, But
the thing about sleepy lo-fi is if people actually just put it into sleep, and let's say you sleep for 6 to 8 hours, and you have the sleepy lo-fi playing every night, and a lot of people do that, and the playlist kind of repeats after, let's say, 30 songs, then it's just this, that they generate streams from people not
sleeping,
listening to that. I mean,
yeah.
I also sometimes need music to fall asleep. There are like two different feelings that I sometimes have. Like, it need to be silent as hell. I cannot listen to anything, and then I fall asleep. Or I need something to just kind of shut off the thoughts. And then sleepy lo-fi is great. But then you press play, and depending on how long you sleep, it will just like play through and through.
Exactly, yeah. Then you have music to make love as well. Maybe we should focus on that, like lo-fi for love, right?
Oh, I think that I already saw playlists for that.
Sexual lo-fi,
yeah. I already saw playlists for that. That's crazy. You have lo-fi for everything. I mean,
yeah.
For I saw it in such a wide variation. If you just search for lo-fi playlists too, and then leave the blank space, you will see so much to clean up your apartment, or to play magic cards, or lo-fi to for dogs. If you're working and the dog is alone at home, there are like lo-fi for pets playlists, so the pets have something running in the background. That's so crazy,
Yeah. Probably they want to rank well, on the algorithm or something. So
probably.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Interesting. So you had this band, and then what happened? You canceled on the band, or the band kind of broke up, and then you made Widen Island the label because of the same name? Or was it kind of at the same time you had the band Widen and thought, okay, let's do a label for that band?
Yeah.
Or what's the story behind that?
Yeah. That's a good question. So no, the order was first I created this artist called Widen, and that was making this kind of bedroom pop sound, like surf music that I was talking about. And then I put out the band. So we did a lot of rehearsal in Stockholm. Like, I think we probably practiced with different musicians in the beginning. There was two different, I would say, mix of people. And it all lasted maybe for 3 years rehearsing in that room. And actually, the sad part is we never played a single live. I mean,
no.
Yeah, the only time we played a live was in the studio of a friend, and we got the opportunity to play a song there live and got it mixed there. So it was really fun, actually. But in the end, we started to sound good, you know. It was actually a vibe. It was a vibe. But then with the Widen Island, I think it happened at the same time, kind of. I got interested in that on the side, and I was doing these projects like in the same time, but just like on the side. And to me, the name came up like this, Widen Island, because I just thought it sounded good, you know. And I wanted it to be an island, yeah.
The better question is, do you surf?
That's a good one, eh? Actually, I don't surf properly, but I originally, I'm definitely a skater.
Okay. Cool.
And a snowboarder as well. So
yeah. I see the similarities, and it's probably easier to be a skater than a surfer because you need to travel to catch the waves and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. There is a French comedy. I don't know if you know about it. It's it's called Bryce.
No, I don't know.
No, you don't know?
No.
It's quite funny because the guy is like a surfer from Nice. You know the city Nice in France? Yeah, and if you know Nice, you know there are no waves there, you know?
Yeah.
So he's keeping on looking for the big wave, but it's never gonna happen. And it will never come, you know? It's
interesting.
Yeah. It's a classic French, yeah.
More kind of the park and street side of skate or longboarding?
Actually, when I was younger, it was most the street part. But then now I'm getting old, you know, so I'm older. So now it's more like cruising, longboard.
I love it. I love cruising with the longboard. I was, I guess for 3 years, I was super into downhilling.
Oh.
But then I crashed into a car, and since then I'm just cruising. No more downhill.
But it went good though, still. You're fine.
Yeah. I can still walk and everything. But my right foot is, if a normal foot is like flat like this, my right foot got this little thing.
Wow, warrior. But you did proper downhill. I mean, like going in turns and stuff.
You know, here in Switzerland, we have the mountains.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was, that was one of my best hobbies ever. I have to be honest. But now it's kind of also, you know, it's traumatic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can imagine.
They flew me with the helicopter to the hospital and I couldn't walk for half a year.
Oh, God.
And after that, I kind of was too afraid to go into it again.
For sure. Yeah. I would have been the same. I fell once in the snowboard on the shoulder and same thing. I never jumped again, almost like not the same way.
And I mean, small accidents are usually not that big of a deal. Because I already got like all my ass scratched up. Because, you know, for the brakes, you go like down on your arm with the gloves and you hold it to the ground. And especially in the beginning of the learning process when downhilling, I kind of could not hold my body up the right way and destroyed like thousands of pans and had like a scratched bloody ass. And my friends always said, "Oh, you're practicing ass braking again." It's, you know, with the foot brake, I did the ass brake.
Damn. Warrior style.
Yeah, it was painful style.
But it's cool. It's cool stuff, though. It's nice to dare, because I mean, I guess when you succeeded, sometimes it must have feel like, wow, like.
Yeah, like okay. That was like the first year of practice, and after that, it was just going uphill. Like, trying to be faster and faster every time. You know.
That must be a crazy sensation, you know. It's nice to have tried. At least you tried, you know.
I actually spent like 2 years of proper downhilling, where I could really enjoy the act without the practicing.
Yeah.
And then the accident happened.
Yeah, but still, that's impressive though. To challenge yourself, like to try.
Yeah, and it was amazing. You are the whole day outside, have the mountain view.
Yeah, you're lucky. Switzerland, such a beautiful country, right?
It is. But also, I pretty much enjoyed Sweden. I was there 4 or 5 years ago. Also in Stockholm.
Yeah.
Stockholm is cool.
Yeah, I love it. But that's why I'm saying,
it's like huge.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's huge. Maybe if you're a tourist or something, but when you live there for a while, it starts to be like it. It's like what's cool in Stockholm is you can take a bike and you can go around like pretty easily. If you want to do that in Paris, it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be.
Yeah, but I remember from the airport in Stockholm with the taxi just to kind of the center of Stockholm was like a 40 minutes drive.
Yeah, but that's because the airport is not really in Stockholm.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
it's like next to it's another city.
Because here in Switzerland, I live in the center of Switzerland. If I drive my car for 50 minutes, I'm at the border to Germany.
Yeah, that's true.
And I crossed cities, a lot of cities.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's why everything is in comparison super big. I mean,
I feel you.
When I was in Berlin, it felt like it's the same size as our country, or like as half of it.
Yeah, pretty much. But Switzerland, it's interesting. You could have spoken French, right?
Yes. But
were you near the border or
no? Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. We had French in school.
Yeah.
But I was always super bad at it. I got the worst grades.
It's tough. I was bad at German as well. So
I can order my favorite foods in French.
Do it.
Beer.
Do it.
And some wine. But
go ahead. Let's see some.
Oh no. I'm too shy. Not on the podcast.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Then I won't share my German songs that I learned at school.
Oh, you had to learn German songs at school.
We actually, where I grew up, because I grew up in Strasbourg. Okay. That's really close to Germany, right? So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the reason why you learn German there, because it's so close to the border.
Yeah,
because I think if you're going to a school in Paris, you don't learn German there, right?
I mean, no, I guess you don't, or if you decide to do it, maybe you can for sure, but you don't have to. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah, we have also Italian-speaking part that is at the border to Italy.
Wow,
and the French-speaking part that is at the border to French, then the German-speaking part, and you also have like in the very mountain areas, there is the fourth official country language. It's called Rätoromanisch, and it's kind of a little bit like Latin, I would say. But I cannot really compare it. It's kind of Swiss Latin form. And probably 100 people are speaking it in this country, maybe 1,000, but it's still an official language.
Nice, though. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy for such a small country.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So let's swing back to music for a bit. Do you have now you have the new logo on the label. Is there anything new and big planned in the future? Do you have something to share on that?
Yeah, I can share a bit. No, but I can tell you so originally, the Widen Island, it started with a blog, that I created, actually using WordPress for people who know it. And the idea was kind of like what you're doing, is to like not talk about me, not because I was like, people don't want to hear about my life, I'm here, I want to talk about others, I want to get others on the air, and I want to learn from others, and I think that's actually what you're doing with this chill
with the chill talks. With
the chill talks.
It's going this direction.
Yeah. It's because in the end, I mean, people like to talk about themselves and what they're doing and stuff, and it's nice to get to speak with others, because then you're learning from their own experiences and stuff like that. So actually, this is all how I started the Widen Island blog, with this idea, and then I came up with like, oh, but wait, actually, there are like some famous people. I mean, famous in the lo-fi and in the
community,
the community, and they want to share. They want to share their experiences and how they approach music and stuff. But the thing is, like, I'm a fan of these guys, I love what they're doing, and I'm like, oh my god, he wants to talk to me, and so that's how it started. So that's how I got to talk with, like, I don't know if you know, but Christopher Akrem, which is from Norway. He's a trumpet player.
That sounds interesting, but never heard.
Oh yeah, he's really like.
As a trumpet player, I need to find that guy and collaborate.
Oh, you
I
definitely
love
do.
Trumpets.
You need to. He's honestly he's one of also my favorite lo-fi artists ever.
Awesome.
Yeah, he has this sound like so special. And he, back in the days when I started Widen Island, he accepted the interview, and I got to talk with him. And honestly, even if I look back to this interview now, I'm sure I'm gonna find like so many cool things he said, and it's so interesting. And the same way, I got an interview with like The Breed. I don't know if you know. He's also huge. I
heard the name. I'm super bad with names, but I'm pretty sure that I.
If you listen to his music, you will be like blown away. He's like, it's out of this world. And actually talking with him, he said like he produced songs with what's his name? Like a huge star, like. Sorry, now I forgot. We talk about forgetting stuff. I totally forgot. But he produced someone really famous.
Mm-hmm.
It will come back.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah. And so that's how it all started. And also I put a lot of work in these. It was blog posts, because I interviewed the people not directly like you're doing, but more in a retrospective way, like in a bunch of questions, and I got their answers, and
the so classic more interview.
Written. Sorry,
like a classic interview for the newspapers.
Exactly.
In this style,
yeah. So I got a bunch of questions, and they answered, and I asked them to give us some links if they have stuff. And actually, The Breed, for example, he had a lo-fi pack, like a drum pack, and I was like, could I have this pack? Like, can you give it to me if I share it? And then of course he gave it to me. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, this pack is insane. It has like crazy, like it has his own drum sounds and things.
Oh, okay.
And some of his stuff, like, and I was like, and I can use that? You sure? He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And also to say that the lo-fi community is super open, and it's very cool. Actually, it's a cool community too, because everyone is open. And in the end, I did collaborate, not The Breed, but I collaborate with for example, Christopher Akrem, the trumpet guy. I did one collaboration with him, so. Also proud of that, and this, So it all happened like that, and then it became a sort of label as well. and a small one first, and now it's getting a bit bigger because I recently joined the force with Dashgo. So that's really cool. So now we are officially releasing songs with them, and that's really like cool. And so my idea also is, I'm talking a lot now, but is I studied front end development, like creating websites and stuff like that, experience like web experiences and stuff. So what I'm preparing now is I'm preparing to kind of remake the website Widen Island and make it maybe more like cooler, like a cooler interface. And hopefully I will be able to, just be more active on it, like do more stuff, and at the same time, it has to look better, it has to, be more up to date and more like I want it. So that's the goal.
Okay, I see. Because the label, what you're releasing with the label, all sounds super well produced, super well selected.
Thank you.
Really enjoy listening to the releases that you put up. And also, for the listener of the podcast, go and check it out, Widen Island. I will put the links all in the description. I will also add your Cali Vibes playlist. That's a great one.
Thank you so much. I put a lot of love in it.
Yeah, and you can really hear that, because it's like always this 50-50 chance to get like a super well curated playlist that made with love. And on the other side, there are like tons of playlists out there that, kind of are all over the place because you're in a vibe, and then comes another beat that is super cool beat, but then you're switching vibes, because it can be. In lo-fi, you have everything. You have like funky, you have jazzy, you have sleepy, you have this more upbeat stuff.
Definitely,
and if that changes too much, that's a bit crazy.
Definitely, I agree.
And your playlist really got a vibe from the start to beginning.
Thank you.
I really enjoy.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. And also sorry because I know I receive a lot of submissions. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I receive, I'm a curator for a while as well with this playlist. So I do receive a lot of submissions, and the tip I can give, it sounds stupid, but it's like, try to listen a bit to the plays just to get the vibe, like what do they like and what's their vibe. And put their song. And I'm sorry for all the times where I say no to some people, because I know I do a lot, but it's not it's nothing personal. It's like it's really like trying to get that vibe, and it often changes. So some people, maybe they submitted like 8 times, and they got accepted 3 times or something, but it's okay. Like, you shouldn't. I know it's a tough, game, but it's the goal is just to create something that has like you say, a own vibe and that suits the vibe. And sometimes, if you only have these playlists that you really push, it's better to say no and to accept another song than to accept everything, So
yeah, exactly. And I mean, for example, I pitch to like hundreds of playlists when I have a song that I really believe in, that this one has potential. But also, I have total understandable. For me, it's totally understandable that you cannot accept everything. But on the other side, I know that I don't have time to listen to 100 playlists before submitting a song to each of them.
Sure, I feel you,
I can probably listen to 1 or 2 while being in my day job.
Yeah.
And then I just like, okay. I just submit to a lot of playlists and see what goes. And the cool thing is, let's say with Submit Hub, I start categorizing them because I do different beats. And you can make groups of curators, and then you know exactly, okay, this one accepted these 2 songs of the 10 I sent. And these 2 songs that I made are in this style. They're more jazzy, they're more laid back, or they are more happy. And so you can label that, and from that situation, go by your own.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So you create your own groups yourself?
Yeah. You can create your own groups.
I didn't know. That's
for
cool.
Submission. Exactly.
Yeah. But speaking of Submit Hub, because this is usually the one I'm thinking about. There is, like you can tell sometime when you quickly see the curator and you're like, okay, he only accept. Let's say you submitted like a lot of time, and then he only accepted these tracks. It's like, there's a low chance he will accept that one because
exactly.
It's like. So then you can also go quickly like this. Sometimes I have like a pre-selection, and then I'm like thinking, wait a second. I'm going through the ones I've selected, and I'm like, maybe this one he only shared like these and that. I will remove it because the odds that he refuses too high. So that's also a tip if you want to sometime like select quickly without listening to the list. You can like refer to the history that happened,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you always see like the already accepted tracks, and by that you can just like take half an hour to filter. But this only works if you're kind of submitting. Let's say you submit at least 20 songs, because then you can really filter out
exactly.
What playlists go for what exact style.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I think lo-fi, especially our chill community, is super understandable for that.
Yeah.
I cannot speak for everyone, but I think it should be actually in everyone's head to understand that concept that, as a curator, you have kind of the, what's the English word? The responsibility to keep like an engagement playlist for the listeners.
Yeah.
And exactly. You don't have this responsibility as an artist. As an artist, your responsibility is to get your songs done to a point where you are proud to release them.
Yeah.
And when you're not a curator at the same time, then you don't have this responsibility. And so it's kind of different roles, and you kind of have to understand both sides.
Yeah. Because recently
easy.
It doesn't happen often, but like recently I had some people like DM and like, can you put this song on your playlist? And then I say, oh, it's nice, but you can submit, you can use Submit Hub or daily playlist or whatever as you want, And he's like, oh no, but I don't. I also like my money, he said, or something like that. And I was like, dude, I mean, I don't want to say, but the truth about, if you want to know, I can be transparent with the money actually, because everything is honestly reinvested
in playlist ads.
Yeah. So there's nothing we take. Like we just put it back because that's the game. That's how it works. We actually, what we earn, we put it again. Usually that's how we roll, because we need to spread the message. If we release songs, we need to promote them, or we need to offer something for the artist. Otherwise, there's no point.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also the responsibility side from the label part.
Yeah.
And I think with growing a playlist constantly, that's the smartest way, because advertisement is expensive. And
I confirm, yeah. It is.
If you could get like a percentage back from, let's say, you open this playlist to not label releases as well, and other people can submit via Submit Hub, yeah, then I mean, you don't pay much for a submission. Let's be honest. That's like, what is it? Between $1 and $3, depending on the playlist. And I don't know what's your daily spend on the playlist ads, and you don't have to tell it. But mine is also kind of something around $6 to $10 a day. Because I had this advantage thing where it goes and spend more on the better days and less on the worse performing days. For example, you release music as well. I don't know how it's for you, but for me, between Monday and Friday, my chill beats got way more listeners than on the weekend. And I think that's totally understandable, because on the weekend you probably want to get something that gets you going,
Yeah.
and listen to more like active music, let's say. Or you just listen to music when you're at work in the background, and you don't need that because it's the weekend.
I feel you. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, in the end of the month, that's still a few $100 that you spend every month. And for example, having a little bit of that coming back through Submit Hub is actually a super good system. And on the other side, Submit Hub is checking every playlist, so it's legit, it's no bots. They have also this free tool, and a lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah.
But you can freely, without any subscription, unlike other pages, you can just go and check playlists if they are legit.
Yeah, and it's accurate, actually. Their tool is, the developer of Submit is really smart, actually. The Jason guy is he's doing a great job. Shout out to Submit up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Their tool is up to date. They make sure that the curators are legit. Yeah. They do checks. Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, there were times where I really want to get some playlists checked before submitting to them, with other platforms that are not Submit Hub. And I Googled for like playlist checker. And the thing is, every playlist checker out there costs like a monthly fee. And the one on Submit Hub, you just register your account and you can use it for free with all the information, all the details. So everyone listening and didn't know about that yet can take this free advice to check it out.
Definitely, yeah. And honestly, I think unless you have like a playlist that is organic, which I think very few people has, but I guess some people have it, then they don't really need to promote it or something. It's just organic. People maybe, it's like Google, they just say like lo-fi pop, and I don't know, it's like listeners coming.
It's always on the top,
yeah. So there are a few like that, but I guess it's pretty rare. And for all the others, is you need to, business, Facebook, all that stuff is.
That's such a pain.
It's a pain, yeah.
The thing is, I know a bunch of guys that really running organic playlists, but that's very niche specific. For example, the one Pokemon Lo-Fi playlist. That is,
that's cool. That's a nice concept.
50,000 saves on that already.
Oof. Wow.
And
and it's organic.
It's organic, and I guess it was it's a long time running playlist. And the thing is, because I know the curators, I can send my Pokemon covers there. And that's nice. And it doesn't need Submit Hub or anything, because they do not pay for promotion. So they also don't want to sit the whole day curating music via Submit Hub, obviously. So it's kind of like a little closed gaming music cover artists community.
Cool.
represented in that list. But yeah, for that you have to be the first. Let's be honest. You have to find a niche and be the first, because if you're the second, you are not the first, and the people will always see the one that was the first there. And if you're just using the search bar in Spotify, this list come on top, and then comes all the others. And the usual listener just goes to the best playlist, like the first playlist, because, okay, other 50,000 people are enjoying this, so it have to be good, you know. You also don't go to a restaurant that is empty when there's a super crowded restaurant right beside that, because, you know, all these people are here because the food is good.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. That's a good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, but
definitely.
It's true. If let's say you're on vacation, you just want to go to a restaurant, you always take a look, where is the crowd? And you know, okay, this one is full. The food have to be really good.
That's it.
Yeah. Awesome.
But I will check your playlist. What's the name? I forgot.
It's, I guess, cozy or relaxing lo-fi beats.
Okay.
But this one is like some friends of mine, but mostly just a place where I upload all my new releases. But yeah, I always try to add others from time to time. But now I want to go put it on Submit Hub as well, since I'm running the ads already for a few months, and it should be qualified for this.
Ooh.
And then I have to really go deeper into making a concept.
Yeah.
And kind of inspired by curators like you who put more time into this, I will have to do the same.
Yeah. I think that seems like a good way to go, definitely.
Yeah, just need to kind of find some time besides doing the podcast and producing music and working full time.
Yeah. But somehow the cool thing is, like, maybe everything can go in a whole, like as a whole, like it all kind of work together, and somehow, and then you will find your own maybe recipe or something that is all just it's like a circle or something. It's running. Hopefully you just have to find the flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
That just works. But it is a lot. Like, it is a lot, and sometimes it's like, oh shit, you know. Sometimes you're close to abandon almost, because it's actually more work than people would think.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, I realized that like a few days ago, to not go too hard on yourself, you know, especially when having so much projects. And I just, I kind of made the agreement with myself to not be kind of feeling bad by not releasing every week, and put the quality more onto the top than the quantity.
Yeah. And that's good. Also, do you have several projects, like, or you just Relaxicorn is like your only project, kind of? It's the main, right?
This is at the moment my only one. I had others artist names before, but for other music. The first was more like electronica, the second was melodic techno, and then I made the switch. But I could not like focus on two artists at the same time.
No, and I think that's a great move. That's also what I did personally. I also focused on one. And I see it's going quite well for you, actually. 29K, hey, congrats.
Thanks.
You should celebrate, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the winter's always like the high stats time of the year. And I don't know, probably it's just like my style. But the more it gets warmer outside, the less my music kind of gets into the vibe of the others.
Let's change that.
Yeah. The thing is also, you know, with nice weather, I don't want to spend as much time inside the studio as just being outside and relax. And
sounds about right.
Enjoying the sun, exactly.
Yeah. That's why I think a lot of lo-fi artists that are maybe successful, I'm guessing, I think their year is already set up like pretty early, to be honest. It's like maybe they prepared like one release every month, but they did that like maybe we're in February or something, or January. December is already booked, I think that's how some people are working. I wish I was working like that, but yeah.
This is actually the goal for, let's say, for the next winter this year, when it gets cold again, just to kind of work on music, but not release weekly, and save like one release a month, and then just go more chill on yourself.
Yeah.
And the other time you can like still work on music, but you don't have the pressure anymore. And I think by not having this pressure on your shoulders, you can do way better.
Yeah.
Than
100%.
Than kind of forcing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Crazy. It was we now really flowed into this conversation. That's amazing. Like
yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
And we said that we will only do a 1 hour episode this time. So, and it's right about the 1 hour mark, but I still have like my famous last podcast question that I ask everyone. And also, it would be really cool to kind of continue this conversation, let's say in a month or in 2, just like to have a little backup chat.
Yeah.
Maybe
sure,
you can talk then a little bit about this other thing going on in your life that we left out this time, and I think it's good.
Yeah.
But that would be so interesting, especially for me.
Yeah.
And the famous last question of the podcast is, if you could give any helpful advice for the listeners, like a positive message or something that you learned and you think this lesson could be something good for the ones listening to the podcast, what would that be?
Oh, advice. It's actually to not take any advice. No, I'm kidding. But
I see the point. Yeah, I see the point.
It could be one. No, but I could think, but who am I to give advice, I'm just a regular dude. Like you and me,
Yeah, no, but it can be about everything. It doesn't have to be, not the advice that this Instagram influencers give you on how to get rich quick, more like a general advice. Maybe a cool pasta trick or whatever. Can be literally anything that.
For sure. Yeah, no. So, but that's a tough one. But okay, I can just give an advice. It's actually not from me. It's like sometimes I try to apply it. It's from the great, French guy, Jean-Michel Jarre. Do you know him?
No.
It's like a huge, like electronic professional. He's crazy, and he's doing these huge concerts, in even Japan and stuff. And he has all this gear, like crazy gear, like everything, every synthesizer you can think about, he has it, And then he basically explains the opposite, like because usually when talking about gear, you want always the new gear. You want the latest gear. And it's like you always want the latest and the best gear all the time. But it turns out that actually the best thing you can do is actually limit yourself to one thing, and try to be good at that thing. And actually that's more than enough if you can do that. But I actually have to listen to that tip myself, because I also tend to buy a lot of shit and the latest plugins and all that stuff. But in the end, all you need, you have it already. I mean, some people are making awesome stuff with stock plugins, for example, and nothing, and a MIDI keyboard. So to be honest, that's the tip I can give. It's like maybe we should try to limit ourselves a bit and stick with some gear, like, or something specific,
and really get good at it.
And really get good at it.
I guess that's the point that will really change
exactly
your quality by. And
if it gets boring, maybe you switch. Like you can have different workflows. Maybe this is my workflow 1. I'm sticking with this stuff. Okay, now I'm tired of this. I want workflow 2. Or that's what I want to do, I think, with the producing.
That's great advice.
Thank you.
That's really great advice. I mean, it's easy to spend money on plugins, but they don't really make you a better producer in the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah. We have it all. We have it all in ourselves. It's all there, like in your fingertips.
That's true. Yeah, and that's a great advice. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.
And also, big thanks for taking the time.
Likewise, really. Thank you for having me. Yeah. And good luck with I will share it also, the podcast to everyone, because it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to check the date when it will go online, but I guess it's in 15 days.
All right.
Yeah, in 15 days.
Sounds good.
I have it right in my head. Awesome. Then thanks for listening to the listeners, and see you next week.
Yeah, see you next time. Ciao.
Ciao.